Get into it, you guys. Thank you for joining Top 3 for Recovery with Recovery Rockstars. I got my boy Colin on. All right, man. For those who don't know you, you're a fucking jack of all trades. Let's see here. You're a Metal Militia OG. You've got your CEO of SMBG, California Clothing. By the way, what's the SMBG stand for?
Scumbag. Scumbag. Funny
All
story,
right.
like before I went into rehab, I always wanted to, like, my nickname's Scummy for a lot of reasons, but so yeah, it started before I went to rehab. I wanted to do a clothing company, Scumbag. I got out of rehab, partnered up with my one of my best friends. We did that, and then as I started to realize, like, I'm a whole new person in recovery, I didn't really want to stand for the whole Scumbag, so we changed it to SMBG, and then we came up with a saying where it now means strong motivation brings glory. So we kind of changed the whole Scumbag into something positive, just where, you know, my mom and dad can wear it. We got kids rocking it. So just kind of change it into something a little bit more positive. So, yeah.
Love that, man. I absolutely love it. And you've got Skivvy Clothing as well? You're a freestyle?
Yeah, Skivvy's an underwear company. At first, it was like me and Wee Man, and then he kind of parted ways. But it's me, my business partner Jeff, and then Byron, the drummer for Pennywise. That's our underwear company, and that's kind of the main deal that's doing really good. Like with that, I was able to do, you know, like the Supercross team. I'm staying really busy doing that, and
Nice.
Yeah, so just another thing.
And then most importantly, man, you're a recovery advocate. You're out there.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know where to begin with that, but, you know, after rehab, I just, you know, I'm just really vocal. I feel social media, like, it's such bullshit, dude. Like, I really think it's 99% fake what people post, and I feel that not enough people are vocal. It's just about being just real, who they are, and not putting on some front. So after I was just super vocal, like, what I went through, all that, and dude, so many people reached out. It was amazing. Like, dude, I'm going through the same thing, or, you know, what you're saying is helping me. So it all goes back to, dude, if I wasn't sober, I would have none of this, dude. So, you know, sobriety is the only reason I have all this. So, yeah, I just really just want to take a step forward and just be, you know, kind of an advocate. If it's still crazy in this position, I feel that I am helping people, and I still scratch my head how I am. But sobriety gave me everything, dude. So, yeah, you know, I started a podcast talking sobriety. Always go to schools, go to, you know, different rehabs to speak. I work for Recovery Today magazine. I got my own section in that, and that's able to get me to interview some pretty badass people, dude. You know, we're interviewing Danny Trejo next week. I interviewed Nikki Sixx, hero of mine, and so many other, like, really top figures, big names that have gotten their lives back through sobriety. And I just think it's cool sharing those stories. Just to, like, my whole deal is to show people that, like, you can still be fucking rad being sober. Just because you get sober doesn't mean, like, your life's over. You can't go to clubs. You can't go to parties. You can't go to Las Vegas. Dude, like, you could do all that, but you just feel a million times better. And, like, just everything about it's way fucking radder. So, yeah, I'm just trying to show people, dude, that, you know, anybody can do it, man, for sure.
Yeah, I love when you say that, because I talk to a lot of people, I interview a lot of people, and the biggest fear is once they get sober, life's no longer going to be fun. So the fact that you're advocating for that and what you're saying is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, dude, in every way, it's like a million times more fun. I mean, my best part is, like, going to, like, clubs, because I still go host clubs, after parties and stuff, after races and whatnot. But I love it just sitting back, and you realize, like, when you're sober, and, like, you realize I was once that guy, but dude, it's all bullshit, man. Like, when you see everyone just getting wasted, and everyone's like, it's just, you see what they say, like, oh my God, I love you, dude, I got your back, oh my God, you're my boy. And, like, you know, they wouldn't be saying that if they're sober, you know. And it's just so funny, like, catching all that. And then just being able to drive home at 2 a.m., passing cops, you feel like you're Superman. Because before, I was always hiding, you know, heroin, oxys under my seat, whatever, snorting lines on the way home. Got 3 DUIs, and it was always like, for most addicts, you know how it is, like, driving under the influence, or if you're hiding a stash, like, it's so gnarly. Always thinking people are after you, thinking the cops are going to arrest you. Now it's just like you feel like you're Superman. Like, I like now it's funny because all my boys know, like, after we do those events, I love finding checkpoints, dude. Like, for me, it's the coolest thing. Like, I even go on Google to find the checkpoints just to go through and like, and I'm all tatted up, so they usually question
Yeah,
me.
they
I'm
think
like,
you're, yeah.
what up? And I just like kind of like not give them attitude, but like I want them to think I'm on drugs. Like, what do you guys got, dude? 7 years
Give them
sober, get me, you
a
know?
little
So
smile and a wink.
yeah, dude, it's rad, man. There's just no more bullshit, dude. Like, no more
Yeah.
having to worry about going to jail, getting arrested. No more fights with my lady over stupid shit. You know, I just, dude, my whole life's consistent, bro. Like, it's so rad. I can carry on forever, but it's just, I love it, dude. And I still have fun. Like, going to Vegas, I go to Vegas all the time, and for a lot of people, they don't think you can go to Vegas sober, but there's a whole side of Vegas that you can go 100% sober. Now, dude, I have a million times more fun going to Vegas. Not a lot of people can even like grasp that if they're still drinking or whatever. But dude, you can do everything, man. It's still a lot of fun, dude. And I don't know. I'm just super pumped, man.
Yeah, I love it, man. I can tell you're passionate about it. I can feel how good you feel through this interview, man.
Yeah, and it's cool being able to, like, you know, with my podcast, social media, and just being very open about it, you know, because I remember when I was going through my times, I didn't have anybody. I just don't think there's enough people being vocal about it, telling people how rad sober is. I didn't have anybody I could look up to. You know, I was reading Nikki Sixx's The Heroin Diaries, and Nikki Sixx was a huge part of my recovery because he was like rock and roll. He was sober, and that guy really helped me get through rehab, man. So I know if he helped me, that I know that if somebody has somebody like me or what you're doing, to give that motivation to like want to go to rehab and continue that, dude, it helps big time, dude. I know that. So I think stuff you're doing, I'm doing, I just think it's needed, because when you're going into rehab, you're so broken, dude. You think like there's not going to be a way out. You don't know how you're going to like pull it. So just a little bit of motivation from anybody being vocal about it, or just like give them the motivation that you can do it. It helps
Totally.
a lot, dude. A lot.
100%,
So,
man. Absolutely. How long have you been sober now?
7 years, 3 months, and 6 days, dude. So yeah.
Nice. And where'd you go to rehab?
I went to rehab in Ventura at Kepper House.
Nice.
And dude, it's a big thing, you know, like I see all these rehabs that are like $30,000, you know, just to go. And I don't think, this is my personal belief, that you need to go to like the most expensive rehab, because you don't want to go to rehab where it's more of a resort, where it's almost like a better stay than like your house or your home life, where like you're going to be bummed to go, you know? You're going to be bummed to go home because it's like a vacation, dude. Rehab should be kind of nitty gritty. I went to rehab. It cost like $1,500. It was kind of gnarly, dude. Like, it was straight dudes coming right out of jail because it was like free for those kind of guys. So it was nitty and gritty, but it just gave me like motivation. I need to get out of here. I need to get my life going, and just, so yeah, I don't think it's all about how expensive the rehab is. It's just going in there, listening to what they say. And for me, what I tell everybody is just to put your ego down. And that's like the biggest thing for me, what I tell people. Because before, I rode professionally for 22 years, and I got paid to sign autographs, to travel the world. Drugs came to me. Like, it was a truly rock and roll lifestyle. And, I just went into rehab. I forgot about all that. And I just went in with my tail between my legs and just listened to what they said, man. And that really helped by just, listening to what they have to tell me and doing what they said. And I think that's why it worked for me the first time, So that's a big tip for people if they're going into rehab. Don't go in there thinking you know everything, or like, why are they making me make my bed in the morning? Why are they so strict? It all makes sense, like I was tripping how they were so strict. It was such a big deal to make your bed like military style. And I didn't really get it, but now I do get it. It's like, that's the first task of the day. And if you can accomplish that first goal, that's going to carry on to the next goal and the next goal. So like, everything they're telling you to do, they know what they're doing. So just go into rehab and just listen to what they say, man. Because obviously you didn't do it. You don't know what's going on because you're in rehab. So listen to them.
So again, segueing into your top three, that would probably be your number one tip. Listen.
Yeah, just listen. Put your ego down. Don't think you know everything. If you did, you wouldn't be in rehab in the first place. So yeah, just go in there and truly listen to what they